Take a chance, take a risk. What is the worst that could possibly happen? Hey, it's Maria Quattrone, and taking a chance, taking a risk, and saying to yourself, what is the worst that could possibly happen? Maybe the worst thing is that you fall down on your face and people laugh at you and they make fun of you, and really, it's none of their business. So, what's the worst that can happen is that you could fall down and you fail, and then you get back up and you try something different and you try to you go and do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again until you get better at doing it. At this point, there's a time in life when it says, like, you have to put it all out there, you have to take the risk. You have to be willing to let go of the status quo and be willing to let go of all the things that you told yourself you thought that were true, because we could read something and then we find information in what we're reading to validate what we think it is that is true, and in fact that it's not. And it's just funny how that works. We're always looking for to validate what our opinions are. But what about if your thoughts, not just your opinions, what about if your thoughts of what you thought about something are completely wrong? What about if they're if you just said they're wrong? And what if you looked at things a different way and stood back for a second and said, okay, this isn't working. And what am I going to do about it? Instead of, how do I feel about it? Because how we feel about something that isn't working only puts us into a deeper hole. So taking yourself out of there and focusing on, okay, I understand how I feel about it, but it's just a feeling. It's just a thought. And quite frankly, I talked about this today in the sales meeting. It's like drunk little monkey on your shoulder, sitting right here, that goes da 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 da, and it wants you to just stay there. It's called the drunk monkey. It wants you to stay where you are, and it will do everything in its power to convince you to not take risks. That's, oh my God, don't take that risk. Something bad is going to happen. Honestly, nothing bad is going to happen. So stepping out of your comfort zone, taking the risk, saying, well, I would like to try that. I'd like to do videos. I would like to go live stream. I would like to put clips out on Instagram and Facebook. And I would like to tell my story. Everybody has a story to tell, and everybody's story can help somebody else learn. Every single person has a story to tell that can help other people learn, other people that are where you were back then and need your help to rise up. And I always am learning from other people. Always am learning from other people. So there's people who have done more than I do. I learn from them. I learn from their mistakes. So your story should be heard. Everybody's story should be heard, because we all have a story to share. So why don't you take the risk, take the chance? What's the worst that can happen? Go ahead and share your story with the world and see how free you start to become when you start to share your story and you start to do things that warms your heart instead of worrying about the goals all the time. Goals aren't going to change. It's not fulfillment. And I'll talk about that more tomorrow, that goals aren't fulfillment. And I'm going to talk to you tomorrow about what happened when I reached my goal a decade ago and how I felt. And I will tell you more about that in tomorrow's episode. So go out, take a chance, take a risk, and go live your life.